Well, hey there everyone, Kay here on my homestead in Tennessee. It's a bit frosty out there. Actually, I meant to check the temperature because I have someone working for me and ooh, it's 31. It's going to be 44 by 10, so that should be okay. But I have a couple of things I want to talk to you about because something happened and I was wondering when it would get to me, and it has. So, you know, the new crackdown on this platform for certain kinds of content, which I don't have a lot of, but I do have some videos that go against the powers that be, the deciding people. You know, you have to watch your words. Oh boy. So one of my videos was removed from this platform, and I consulted with someone else in the know, and it was recommended that I not appeal unless it was a big video that was bringing me lots of money. Well, I don't have any videos like that right now. It's just really amazing if you ever do have, or if a lot of other people have done much better than I have, but there's certain YouTubers that can put out a video, just a talking video like this, and they'll have 50,000 views the next day. That's not this channel. I wish it were. But anyway, this particular video was 6 years old, so they're going back and going through everything now, and this particular video was, I simply recorded a panel of speakers at the, excuse me, it's still dragging on, this cold, but I'm almost over it. I was recording a panel of speakers at the National Heirloom Expo, which I went to twice, 2013, 2017. You know, they have world-class, internationally known speakers come to that, or they were having. And so this particular panel included someone who is currently running for president. Who's quite knowledgeable about the certain topics that were being discussed, as well as the leading Indian, as in the country, activist, speaker, author, seed saver. And so they touched on some subjects. Well, the main panel was discussing a certain chemical that's in a very popular weed killer that there have been many lawsuits about, and some won. Anyway, that's what they were discussing, as well as some other absolutely verboten topics. And so that goes against the guidelines, and it was removed. So I'm not going to appeal that, but now, you know, I don't want to cause any more attention. I mean, 99.5% of the videos on my channel are just about gardening, cooking, seed saving, harvesting, preparing the garden, and following my life, my transition from a small urban garden to a huge country garden. And that's what my channel's basically about. And my focus has always been to inspire entertain and educate. And so that's what I've always tried to do. You know, I thought, use the best of all of my talents, and that's what I've always tried to do. So what can I do now? I'm just going to go along and see what happens going forward. There's something that you can do, and something that I hope you will do, especially if you're a fan of this channel. I want you to go to my website and subscribe. It's latebloomershow.com, www.latebloomershow.com. And I promise I won't bombard you with mailings or appeals or anything. It's just a way to keep in touch. Now, ironically, because I am so, I have a tendency to take on more than I can handle. You may have noticed that. And so, I'd much rather be, hey, we can plant this over here and we can plant that over there, and then later I go, how am I going to take care of all that? How am I going to keep the deer off? How am I going to keep it all fertilized and yada yada yada, the soil built up and all that. But anyway, I digress. I would love for you to go to my website and subscribe. Now, I spent a lot of time on my website when I first started, which was 2012. People said, Kaye, you've got to have a website. No, they said, sorry, blogging had just come out, and everyone said, okay, you have to have a blog. And I said, I have to have a blog? I just want to make videos, I've got to go inside and write a blog? Really? Yes, Kaye, you have to write a blog. And it was pointed out to me many times when I started. Now, this was 11 years ago, yeah, that you make money from your website. Because at the time, it was almost impossible to make any money, unless you had, there was this one video. There was this one video that had been out for a while, and it was simply you couldn't even see the man's face. It was a close-up from here to here, but he had these expert hands, and he was tying a tie. All the knot, I don't know if it was a number of different kinds of knots. I just remember the man was tying a necktie, and this had something like 1 million views. And so, of course, this man was making a lot of money, but no one else was. Ooh. The first 2 years I was on YouTube, I was convinced, the HGTV was on, which is Home and Garden TV Network, right? And story of my life. What did I say the other day? So as soon as I, get going with my channel, which I was one of the first, I didn't see anyone else doing it. I found a garden show on Hulu. It was an interview show. She went around and interviewed other gardeners. She didn't have a garden, and she wasn't very charismatic like me. And so I thought, well, okay. And the videos were like 25 minutes long. Well, you could do that on Hulu, I guess, but on YouTube at the time, they just wanted 3 to 5 minute videos. I actually paid, I remember, it seemed like a fortune to me, but I paid $50 a session for a woman to teach me over the phone. We didn't have Zoom or anything, any visuals. She would just tell me and stuff to do to make my website more able to earn money for myself. And so I did about 8 sessions. She had some health crisis, and that stopped, and we never got back in touch. But I would go routinely because I only uploaded 2 videos a month. I had a production team. I come from the entertainment side, and I wanted to be on camera. And of course, I was forced to film it because I couldn't, you never know when you're going to see a bird fly by or a beautiful butterfly in your garden. You don't know that. You know, your camera person has to be yourself or your significant other in the house, because, hey, come on, get the camera. You know, that's the way it has to be to do what we do, because things happen, you know, all the time. So I'm a documentarian, so that's what I was always trying to do, document what was going on in my garden. And of course it's Southern California, so I always had something blooming all year long. And so a lot of people that watch me would love to see my channel in the winter when their garden looked like this, frozen over, crusty and brown. Oh. Makeup! Oh, she didn't show up today. Okay. Anyway, so I would love for you to go to my website, www.latebloomershow.com, and subscribe. Now, as I recall, because this website's been there since 2000, well, I started out with just a regular WordPress site. And when I started working with her, and I realized that I could make money from my website by, you know, marketing things, if I had things, and so forth, I upgraded. This website I have cost me a fortune, and I don't make a dime from it. So it's $99 a month for just the design, for them to continue to lease me the design. And of course there's the URL. And so there's the cost of the URL, there's the cost of the website itself, there's the WP engine, which is WordPress. It's not the free blog, it's the engine. So it has many more capabilities, many pages. I mean, you could do all kinds of marketing and all kinds of stuff with this website. Just like the editing software that I use to make my videos, I know about that much of a fingernail's worth of what it can do. I just get by, okay? I just get by. I can only do what I can do, right? I'm the creative. I've always been the creative and the face. And anyway, I digress again and go back. I want you to go to my website and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, this is where you will be able to keep in touch with me should anything happen. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what more crackdowns are going to happen. The only videos I made money on, a little bit of money on this year, were my plant medicine videos, and that's what they're cracking down on. And if you follow Heidi at Rain Country, excuse me, she had a video, I guess it's been a week ago. I've lost about 8 days of my life with this cold, but I did see it. It was a few days ago. She puts out a lot of videos, so, but she was explaining this too, and she was saying that she had voluntarily taken some things down just to avoid her channel just being either demonetized or taken down. Because she does a lot of this kind of, this is her, from what I can tell, she's very, very into all of the plant medicines and tinctures and how to do everything. And so she was even trying to explain, you know, in her video, I guess some people complained to her that she was trying to make money from her channel, but hey, that, you know, we don't content creators don't expect people watching us to work for free, right? So if there's a way to make money, a little bit of money, and in my case it's a very little bit of money, it doesn't, I don't even break even. So I would love to make lots of money and be able to give it away. Nothing would make me happier. But I'm just trying to cover my expenses. And of course my expenses have grown here because I need more help. Now in California, I had a 1 day a week help in my house. Boy, do I need that. Oh my gosh. And in my garden. I was fortunate, you know. But now it's all on me, and, you know, I've got to look out for myself the rest of my life. So I have an IRA. Who knows what's going to happen with all of that with the financial system. So I have to, you know, look out for myself. And so I would love for you to subscribe. And as soon as I get the page, you know, because I was away from my website for the whole time. I mean, I haven't even done anything on my website, and I think I posted something when I first came here. I think that was the last time. I don't even remember how to do it, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to have to go into the dashboard and try to, you know, and of course things change in 4 years. So they changed the whole look of the dashboard. And I'm just going, oh, you know, there was nothing familiar. And so I'm going to have to go in and figure all of that out. And I have, and I have a maintenance. I have my maintenance for my website is $500 a year. $500 a year for just the maintenance. And, you know, he's great. If I have a problem or something goes wrong, I send an email and he fixes it. But if it's something extra, like, can you just update a page for me? He goes, yeah, I'll do that for $100. I'm going, wait a minute. I haven't made $100 on seeds, so I've got to do it myself. So this is going to be my goal, my New Year's goal, except I'm going to start now, to get back into my website and refamiliarize myself with it, get the whole seed thing set up before everybody's already ordered all their seeds for next year. There is no telling what I look like. I didn't bring a mirror up here, and I should probably go check. Make sure nothing's hanging out of Oh gosh. You gotta have a sense of humor about these things when you have a cold, right? It's not pleasant, but one has to detox. And who knows, maybe I'm just detoxing all the pain and in mourning and loss, and, you know, it's been a hard fall, gotta say. So we don't know what's going to happen with the with the channels. Heidi was talking about putting everything over on Rumble, but I talked to a very popular YouTuber who does a lot of teaching videos. Teaching videos do best on YouTube, and I wish I had a channel like Hugh Gardens or Nature's Always Right or something like that, where I was a real teacher, you know. Well, anyway, I'm not. I am what I am, and I try to be as give you as much value as I can in my videos. And so I want you to feel like I'm sitting here talking to you, if you like, right across from me, having a cup of tea, and we're just talking about everything, and that's the way I want it to be. So I hope you subscribe to my website. That is a way for me to keep in touch with you. And the irony is, I paid, in addition to all of these other costs, it started out, I think it started out 12 years ago, about $15 a month. No big deal, right? And MailChimp, which is one of these email service companies that handle all of your emails. So it was tied to my website. So whenever I would send out a special email, which I only did it maybe 4 or 5 times in those years, you could just set it up and it would go out to everybody. And then it tracks all of the activity, and, you know, gives you all the statistics and all of that. And I paid for this thing for 11 years, and it went up to, it was now $35.99. And just like about 2 months ago, I said, I am not going to keep paying for that. I haven't sent an email in 5 or 6, 7 years. It's just money out the door. And so now I need it again. Because if something happens with my channel, I'm going to need to be able to get in touch with people, and let you know where you can find me. But as I was saying, I know I'm jumping around, but it's just all this fog in my head. Sorry. Another channel owner said that he had all of his stuff over at Rumble, and he had made like $40 in 2 years. And I'm going, is it worth? Uh-oh, let's see. Okay. That's Sweet Mary. Let's see what Sweet Mary. We love Mary at Mary's Nest. Mary just had an anniversary. She posted it on her community page yesterday, and I was wishing her a happy anniversary. And so she just thanked me for that. She said, how are you doing? Oh gosh, how am I doing? How am I doing? Cold, intestinal virus, cat getting run over, broken kneecap. Oh golly. So it's been a tough fall, and I really appreciate the folks that have stuck with me and really been with me, supported me. I appreciate all of your comments. I don't know if I'll get back and answer all, but you know, it takes hours. And I love reading the comments, because 99.9% of the comments that I get are positive. You know, once in a while I'll get this, you know, okay, thanks, comment, but I'm really fortunate. I'm going to have to go and re-up the MailChimp, set that back up, start paying that again, because I've got to be able to keep in touch with at least the 1,700 or 2,000 of you that are regularly watching all of my videos, which I am so grateful. So hopefully it can be much more, and hopefully these restrictions will lessen. Maybe, you know, with more awareness, more hearings on, not that hearings seem to do much good on Capitol Hill, but with more hearings on censorship and everything, that more people will become aware of what's going on and say, well, wait a minute, I have a right to know these things. Yes, this platform is a private company. They can do what they want. You know, they can make their own rules. But just know that there's a lot of information that you're not being able to see. And that goes for the search side as well, not just this channel, not just this platform, but the other company. The search side is where most of the money is made. There's been a lot of talk about, you know, when you search for something, and by the way, I highly recommend you use the word search instead of the brand name. Like, instead of saying, hand me a Kleenex, hand me a tissue, you know, I need a swab, not a Q-tip. You know, over the years, we just got so used to using the brand name for stuff. But there are other options. There are other swabs besides Q-tips. I'm just making you an example. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. There are other tissues besides Kleenex. The screws are tightening, my friends, and we have to be discerning, aware, and prepared, right? Everybody needs to be, because so much is going on, so much is being revealed. It's really hard to keep up. And it all is going to affect us in one way or another. So have faith. That's my advice for everyone today. Have faith. You know, we can say God's got this, but we also have to do our part to be prepared, spread the word, shine the light, be the light that leads the way. I'm making a promise to start posting on my website, because that's where I can, you know, share my life, share my views, and hopefully share inspiration. There's so much stuff I need to do. I could work 24 hours a day for the next 6 weeks and not even scratch the surface. Oh, I wish I had that kind of energy. But I found a photo, and I think it's Tiger. I almost sneezed. And I think that's going to be my Christmas, my electronic Christmas card this year. If you recall, 2 years ago, my Christmas card was me with all 4 cats. Somehow, I managed to sit in the chair out front, and I had all 4 cats like jumping on me, and I was like, oh, I'll try to put it on the screen. And I thought, oh, it'd be kind of sad, but maybe I should do I can't get obviously my senior cat together with those 3 cats in the same picture. That is out of the question. She gets so angry if Patch even comes within 3 feet of her. So it's not worth upsetting her, you know, she's old. Just let her have her peace. And so maybe at some point I'll just do a portrait with me and Lyndon. Maybe right here, I could set her here for a second and might be able to do a portrait. But anyway, I was thinking about doing it one with the 3 cats, but I've decided to keep Patch indoors. You know, Patch has not been out now because Patch was the one that was gone for a week down to my neighbor's, and I managed to get her back. And then she took off again and a couple of times, but she came back and at night, you know, after dark, and I just said, you know what, there's something wrong with the dynamic. You know, everybody said, so many people said this when I was discussing keeping them. And they were going, oh, it would be so great for them to grow old together. Well, guess what? They don't get along. I mean, not that well. So I have to have my sleep. And so they all sleep together in the garage. There's plenty of space out there. It never drops below 60 degrees. And they all have comfy beds. And so they do manage to eat together and spend, you know, the nighttime hours there. Sometimes there's fighting. But I'm not worried about BJ and Spot fighting because Spot's a big boy, and so BJ is not going to be able to bully him. You know, he's just not going to be able to be bullied. But Patch will be. And this, if you recall, do you remember? The last video you saw Tiger on screen was when she went up in the tree and BJ went up there and she was bullying her in the tree. I didn't see the warning signs, you know? And so, and she was doing it in the garage, fighting with Tiger. So I have a feeling that, you know, Tiger just said, hey, I'm going to go far away during the daytime. I know I'm going to get a good meal at night, so I'll come back in at night. But I'm going to go be away from BJ during the day. I mean, they got along great at first. They were like the 3 amigos out there, so I don't know what happened. But maybe that's why Tiger went off venturing. Anyway, I found this picture, which I think is Tiger. It's kind of out of focus. But you may see that on my Christmas greeting. I wanted to let all my special people that watch this video, if you stay till this point in my video, you will be a special person. I wanted to give a shout out to Jerry. I don't know if she follows my channel, but I got some lovely goat milk soap. And I also wanted to give a huge shout out to Ken, who has been tipping. You know, you can tip me on the videos if you appreciate my work. That's another way to support me. I have all these ways to support me underneath the videos, but I know a lot of people watch a lot of videos and they don't really support anybody. I get it. But you can buy boots, you can buy Haas tools and seeds, you can buy Ivy Organics plant care products, fertilizer, organic fertilizer. What else? Botanical Interest, a huge seed company. All those ways if you think about ordering from any of those companies, I hope you'll go and use my discount code. And Survival Seeds, they have the big seed packages, to keep for survival. Many ways to support me, or just ordering through Amazon, through my Amazon link, at no cost to you. None of these have any added cost to you. So anyway, I wanted to give a special shout out to Ken and to Jerry for the gift, and I haven't been to my box in a while, so if you've sent me something, I will get back to that, I promise. And also I wanted to give a special shout out to my patrons at Patreon who have stuck with me even though I haven't done anything special at all. They give me a little something each month, and it's really appreciated. So thank you so much. I look forward to being able to contact you through my website. I promise not to bother you. You might get a blog once a month or an announcement if something's going on, or maybe I'll even do 2 blogs a month or something, but it's just an email. And so I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. God bless you. And I hope this has inspired you some way to subscribe to my channel and follow my journey here to build a sustainable homestead in Tennessee. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.
Hi. 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 Hi.